hanging out backstage at the big 105.7 The Point presents Imagine Dragons show with Silver Sun Pickups, Cage the Elephant, The Neighborhood, and sitting down on the couch with me right now, I have Moon and Mark from Greek Fire. Guys.
What's up?
One for me, too.
All right.
Yeah.
How are you? How are you?
Long time no see.
Yeah, no kidding. Like
maybe a 24-hour period? 40-hour period?
Yeah.
Thursday was amazing. We were out at Busch Stadium for the second annual Johnny Venus night. Did you guys enjoy doing that?
That is honestly one of the most memorable things that we've ever done. I said that on Thursday, and if I ever lose my memory, I guarantee you the one memory that I won't lose will be that first Johnny Venus night, and this one was a close second. We raised almost the exact same amount of money, which is a massive amount of money.
Massive amount of money.
Yeah, going to charities.
Upwards of $10,000, right?
Yeah, but this one was obviously much more of a celebration because Johnny was healthy and fit, and we were like, this is just I don't know, just such like a conquering sort of feeling, like we are doing a second annual Johnny Venus, and as sad as that makes you say that it may not have happened, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
you guys see audiences all the time performing, and usually the facial expression you get from the people in the audience is like,
yeah.
Sometimes there's clapping and like cheering, but when the first Johnny Venus night, there was a whole lot of tears and stress and just this kind of heavy heart. So this one, again, back to the smiles, which has got to be nice to look out at the audience and be like, those are happy faces.
Yeah.
We're in a good place now.
It was, and it wasn't just happy faces like a normal rock show, like you're saying. You usually go out there and you just want to make people smile and move and dance and that kind of stuff. And maybe that's why this is so memorable, because the smiles meant something very, very different. And when you saw people, smiling and with happy faces, sometimes they had tears in their eyes too. And you guys were there for the meet and greet. It was quite extensive, and a lot of people saying,
long line. I wanted to get in it. I watched you throw out the first pitch, which, by the way, congratulations on making it to David Freese without him having to stand up. I know a common difficulty is throwing it over the pitcher. And when I say common, I mean Woody and Riz both tossed it like really high.
Really?
So I know that there was probably a little bit of stress, like, how do I do this? But I went and watched the first pitch, and I didn't make it back in time to get in the front of the line. And the line was just like... I was like,
I guess I could
get my picture taken with him on Saturday, I suppose.
That was fantastic, because it wasn't just a normal line where you're like, okay, cut it off and this and that. We weren't going to cut off nothing, because most of the people that were coming through were talking about their family members that had struggled with cancer, or they had survived cancer and that kind of stuff. So that was a show for the history books for us, and if I'm being completely honest and not diplomatic like most rock guys, not all of them are memorable. After a few thousand shows, it's hard to remember specific ones. Those will never be forgotten, and it's because of the faces that came up afterwards and said, this is what this means to me, raising money for that cause, Well,
hopefully tonight will be a memorable one, because this is not the first time that you guys have played at Verizon Wireless Amphitheater. You guys opened up for Incubus last summer, and I know you guys have played on like side stages and stuff, and obviously it was Story of the Year. But tonight it's sold out, 20,000 plus, and you're going to look out on that crowd, which is tad bit larger than what would fit in the Ford Plaza on Thursday night. So hopefully tonight's going to be a really memorable night. Have you guys done some special preparations for the larger stage setup, or do you guys have any tricks up your sleeve?
Yeah, we have. I mean, we try to make the songs and the sound as big of a soundscape as possible. So obviously we welcome as big of a stage and production as we're allowed or can afford, or can put together ourselves.
Isn't that the truth? Sometimes you look at a stage and you go, okay, there's a bunch of pyro. How much does that cost?
Yeah, you're like, poof, wow, 10 grand. Poof, wow.
That happened really fast.
Yeah. Now, we are probably one of the most resourceful groups.
Thrifty.
Yeah, which you have to be, unless you have a #1 record these days. You ain't making no cash, you know what I'm saying? So you got to be smart, and the bands that put together really good stages and production that especially go along with their music. It's like building a soundtrack to a movie. You blow the soundtrack, you blow the movie. You blow the movie, you blow the soundtrack. So it's two different arts that you really have to know, and we kind of pride ourselves in making a lot out of a little, and the fans should know that. Not for our band only, but for all bands. Production is a very intensely thought through sort of thing if it works well. So
now you mentioned having a #1 record, and maybe it wasn't a #1, but I bought the first record. It literally has #1 on it. I bought it from Mark
I saved
Roth
that for you.
at the Concert for Crohn's like multiple years ago. I'm really excited about the new record. We've been playing A Real Life quite a bit. In fact, it's one of the most highly requested songs, and I can say that literally by the numbers, by how much we're playing it. So what's going on with the new record? Do we have a date yet? Do you guys know?
We do know, but there isn't a date right now. Real Life is on the record. It kicks off the record. In fact, it's sort of a double record with the concept. It's called Lost. It's called Lost and Found. Unfortunately, we don't have a date because we're in this whole music industry sort of switch. Like everybody's trying to figure out what to do and how to do it and all that kind of stuff. And because we feel like we're very resourceful and have been through the mill before with labels and without labels, it's a very delicate dance. And sadly, because of the decline of the label system and this and that, the only people that are really getting hurt here, besides bands that are trying to make a living that can't anymore with the same model, is the fans, because bands have great music and they can't put it out, or bands have great music and a label won't put it out, or this or that. We don't want to put ourselves in a position where we don't have control of the record, so we are really being careful about this. We put the last record out completely ourselves, which is an awesome feat, and I would certainly suggest that to any band that just needs to get music out there, and that's why we did it. But with this one, this is very special, and especially, we put Real Life out just to see how people would react, and the way that the Point listeners have responded pretty much is indicative of how I think the country would respond. So we're proud to be from St. Louis, and we want to lead with this city as an example of what this record can do and what this record means to us and what it means to St. Louis. This is a group effort. Nobody gets out of here, by themselves. So. Long story long, we don't have a date, but we are working on it every single hour of every day, and we're getting close. We're getting close.
Well, I've been working at the Point almost 6 years, and I have to say we've seen a lot of artists that get played here, and the St. Louis listeners are a very good representation, like you said, of what the country sounds. We've broken a lot of big bands. I think that Breaking Benjamin really got their big start here. They headline here sometimes over other cities. So I hope that Real Life I hope the same thing happens, and that we can spread the fire. Yeah. # spread the fire. Go ahead, you can use that. Guys, you guys are so wonderful. I cannot wait to see the show tonight. I just love you so much. Thanks so much for coming by. This is more fun than just talking to any old band, talking to my friends, I feel like. Yeah. Talking to my coworker. You can listen to Moon on the weekends. Do you want any plugs?
Saturday night, Sunday night usually, and whenever this lovely lady gets to take a vacation to Philadelphia for
the best fill-in ever.
Yeah.
No pun intended. Total pun intended.
Mark, say something for the record. Say something for the people.
I'm not on the radio.
But he is on the bass, and you can see him tonight and or at the next show, since tonight is sold out.
Amazing. You can check them out on the Facebook and the Twitter at Greek Fire Band.
Yeah.
That's how it is. Right. Guys,
You're
Mark,
professional.
Moon, thanks for coming by. I cannot wait to see you guys tonight. You're going to kill it.